Arby's, 2 for $6. Every day, yee, classic beef and cheddar hog. 2 of those things for just $6. Arby's, we have the meat.
Commonwealth Credit Union has been ranked Best In-State Credit Union in Forbes magazine for a 3rd time. When we opened our doors in 1951, we named ourselves Commonwealth to remind us every day of who we're here to serve. Our friends, our neighbors, right here in the Bluegrass. And we've been bettering lives in our communities ever since. If you've never tried Commonwealth Credit Union before, come check out what you've been missing. Because here, we see you differently.
ARH announces new increased pay rates system-wide. Appalachian Regional Healthcare has raised pay rates for frontline healthcare workers, RN rates ranging from $25 to $55 per hour. Nurse aides from $12 to $15.60 per hour. Housekeeping, kitchen, and cafeteria at $11.25 per hour and more. Visit us at arhcareers.org or call us at 606-438-2746 to further your career in healthcare today.
Our animals are family, and the last thing you need to worry about is those family members at home during the heat of the day and if your AC can keep up.
Here at Hubbard Mechanical, we care about keeping all your family cool all summer long. Keeping you, your family, and yep, even them comfortable too.
You fired up the grill for one hot dog? Seriously?
Hot dogs, better with Pepsi.
After over 40 years, Mithril Jewelers is retiring. Gold chains, engagement rings, earrings, everything in the store up to 50% off. Shop for the holidays or yourself now during the Mithril Jewelers retirement sale.
The best part of Pick of the Pick combos at Sonny's, there's no wrong way to pick them. Pick 2 or 3 of your barbecue favorites with sides and bread starting at $11.99 at ordersonny's.com. Sonny's Barbecue, local pit masters since '68.
Bridging the great health divide. To see stories and learn more, visit WKYT.com or the WKYT app. Sponsored by Appalachian Regional Healthcare. Full Court Press, Sunday mornings at 11:30 on WKYT.
Ashley Home Store's Labor Day sale ends Monday. Last chance to save up to 30% off. Find this queen bed now only $849. Or get 0% interest for 5 years. Ends Monday at Ashley Home Store.
Take the news with you on the WKYT News app, on your streaming device, and on your radio at 98.1 The Bull.
Now at 6:30 on WKYT this morning, burning the midnight oil. We're going to detail the outcome of Kentucky's special session, which ended not long ago.
Also on WKYT, how Moderna is trying to make it easier to get your COVID and flu vaccines at once.
And we'll hear from Kentucky's newly crowned Teacher of the Year.
This is WKYT This Morning.
It's Friday. Welcome to WKYT This Morning. So good to have you here. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Andrea Walker. It is Friday, September 10th.
And here we go. Fayette County Schools. Once again, parents, listen up. 7 school bus routes are canceled this morning.
I mean, it is a slight improvement. That's fewer than the days before. I don't know. I'm trying to put a good spin on it, guys. We're going to put those numbers on the screen now. This is going to affect elementary, middle, and high schools. It's now the second full week in a row that they've had to cancel routes because of the ongoing driver shortage. They have people in training, so hopefully we'll get things straightened out soon.
All right. It's a challenge, but easy to enjoy is our weather, and it looks terrific for today and the weekend. Let's check in with Jim.
And even as we start that new work week next week, things are looking pretty good. We go marching toward the middle of the month already next week. Right now, though, we are quiet, maybe some patchy areas of fog, and we're sitting at 54 degrees in Lexington, so we're on the cooler side of things. As expected throughout most of the region, a lot of us are sitting in the low to mid-50s. You got 52 Mount Sterling and Georgetown, Danville, Somerset, 50 Monticello and Williamsburg. So both of those locations on the cooler side as well. You look at the forecast for today, I think we make a run back into the mid-70s, and that is about it. Plenty of sunshine out there today, mid-70s for daytime highs. It is a fantastic fall-feeling day and a fall-feeling forecast period. Even as we get into the weekend, it warms up, yes, But it's around normal, guys. I will have more on it coming up in a few minutes.
And we'll see you then. Let's get to the news.
Kentucky's special legislative session has come to an end.
Happened quickly. Lawmakers worked almost right up until midnight. Both chambers voted to override vetoes from the governor on 2 divisive measures. Senate Bill 1 ends the State Board of Education's school mask mandate. And Senate Bill 2 effectively bans a statewide mask mandate until June of 2023.
The rates are surging. People in every part of the state are dying. And we should do everything we can to support a full, thorough, and unified approach.
We understood there was going to be a disagreement on the mask. But you're already hearing school systems that are instituting the mask at the local level.
Some districts are making decisions now about local mask mandates. The new measures will also give schools more options to respond to COVID outbreaks. WKYT's Kristen Kennedy is at our alert desk now with a deeper look at this new state law.
Well, Bill, schools will have some more flexibility when it comes to handling COVID outbreaks. Senate Bill 1 gives each district 20 remote learning days, and they don't have to be used district-wide. Individual schools can take them. Even individual classrooms can use the remote learning days. Lawmakers wrote this to try and keep healthy kids and classrooms of healthy kids in school, because currently, before this bill passed overnight, schools only had 10 non-traditional instruction days, and district leaders had to make tough decisions about whether to use that limited amount or to shut down completely. The bill also eliminated the statewide mask mandate. The Kentucky Education Association was not happy with that.
KEA has members in every single school district all across the state. We organize very well. We'll organize around around their boards of education to let them know what health and safety issues and concerns that we have as educators, how we need to keep our students healthy and safe.
Individual school districts can now decide if they want to keep a mask mandate. Fayette County schools plan to discuss it, Bill and Andrea, at Monday's board meeting.
All right, Kristen, thank you. 6:34 now on WKYT this morning. Baptist Health Richmond is extending a pause on elective procedures.
The hospital is one of many at the edge of capacity right now. Leaders with St. Joseph London say COVID patients make up more than half the people in the ICU. Many of them are unvaccinated.
Most ICU nurses, they don't cry a lot, but we have tears daily because of what we're seeing in these patients and how sick they are and just the circumstances around it. You know, they're begging us not to let them die.
On Monday, more than 300 members of the Kentucky National Guard will join the efforts to support struggling hospitals.
Richmond city leaders are going back to virtual meetings and closing City Hall to the public. COVID rates have been going up consistently in Madison County. The Richmond Register says anyone who needs to do business at City Hall can call and make an appointment. President Biden announced all employers in the U.S. with more than 100 employees must require them to be vaccinated. And if workers don't get the shot, they will have to be tested for COVID weekly. President Biden says many large companies already have similar requirements, and this will cover millions of workers. Some have promised legal action.
2 southern Kentucky hospitals are now offering COVID antibody treatment. The technique is most effective in patients with mild or moderate symptoms. Baptist Health Corbin and St. Joseph London want to expand the program. They have the supply to make it happen, but
I think our biggest barrier to increasing the amount of administrations would be obviously space and then staffing to actually administer those.
CHI St. Joseph offers antibody treatment here in Lexington. Health leaders say it's not a substitute, though, for vaccination.
Moderna is working on creating one vaccine that fights both COVID-19 and the flu. The single-dose vaccine would combine their COVID and flu boosters. The company reportedly is hoping to have the shot ready and available by the fall. Moderna also submitted its COVID-19 booster shot for FDA approval this month. Our time now coming up on 6:37, and in other news this morning, tomorrow marks 20 years since the 9/11 terrorist attacks.
4 hijacked planes crashed into the World Trade Center buildings, the Pentagon, and a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Nearly 3,000 people died in the initial attacks. Many more are battling long-term health effects from exposure. Tomorrow, President Biden will attend ceremonies in Shanksville and at the Pentagon. Here locally, the city of Lexington will commemorate the 20th anniversary in several ways. Our Jim Stratman joins us now live in downtown Lexington with a preview of the events. Jim?
That's right, Bill and Andrea. Here in Lexington, the city officials are going to be doing a number of things to make sure that 9/11 is remembered and the lives lost on 9/11 are remembered tomorrow. For starters, early in the morning, 4 churches here in the downtown area will begin ringing their bells for 1 minute apiece at 8:46, 9:37, and 10:03. Of course, those times denote the times when planes crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and then the forced crash of United Airlines Flight 93 in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. At 9 a.m., Lexington Police and Fire Honor Guard will lay a wreath at the memorial here in Phoenix Park to remember both the victims who died, but also the first responders who ran towards that danger and tried to help save as many people as they could on that day 20 years ago. Additionally, flags will be flown at half-staff, and then later on in the evening, downtown area businesses will be lit up in blue to resemble the 9/11 memorial in New York City. Lexington Mayor Linda Gordon sent out a statement ahead of the 20th anniversary where she recalled her son being dispatched as part of the search and rescue team that went to the Pentagon that day. She said in her statement, in part, "So many of us have stories of how we were affected by the events of that day. It's important that we continue to remember those we lost that day and those public safety heroes who came to the rescue of so many." And I think that really does ring true. Tomorrow will certainly be a day to reflect and to remember now 20 years on. Reporting in Lexington, Jim Stratman, WKYT.
All right, Jim, thank you so much. The Lexington Fire Department took to Kroger Field for its annual stair climb, honoring those who died in the 9/11 attacks.
Those taking part climbed 110 flights of stairs in total to represent the police and firefighters who gave their lives that day. Battalion Chief Jordan Sauce says this is a somber event every year.
Tonight we climb the equivalent of 110 flights of stairs in order to replicate and remember the daunting task that faced the firefighters and the first responders who responded to the attacks on the Twin Towers.
This was the 9th year for the event. Firefighters say it's critical that it continues so that younger generations can be educated.
In other news this morning, a Central Kentucky man has been named Kentucky's Teacher of the Year, and we do want to recognize him here today. Willie Edward Taylor Carver Jr. teaches English and French at Montgomery County High School. This is his 10th year of teaching. Carver says that for him, it just comes naturally.
I love school. If I go all the way back to kindergarten, the teacher reading to us in class, it felt magical, and I didn't feel that magic that I felt in school outside of school.
Carver will receive a $10,000 award. He'll also compete in the National Teacher of the Year competition.
A big congratulations to him. Well, Kentucky football is back at Kroger Field tomorrow for a big game against Missouri. It's the SEC opener. Last year's matchup ended with a 20-10 Tigers win. Kentucky's defense spent 40 of the 60-minute game on the field and struggled on third downs. Tomorrow, Coach Mark Stoops wants his defense to be ready for anything, including deceptive trick plays.
Missouri does a nice job of trying to slow you down with some misdirection and some trick plays and things like that. They saw on film. I mean, we played fast last week. So one way people are going to try to use that to their advantage is do some things with some misdirections, reverses, some trick plays, things of that nature to try to slow you down.
Kickoff is set for 7:30 tomorrow night. It will be on the SEC network. Kentucky is currently favored by 5. What a pleasant evening it should be at Kroger Field tomorrow.
Cats versus the cats, really.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
That's exactly right.
Cat fight.
Yep, 6:41 the time.
Let's check in with Officer Don, see what's happening this morning. Hopefully he's not engaged in a cat fight right now with Deanne.
No cat fights with Deanne. I just give up on the one night. Bill can tell you all about that sometime, I'm sure. And we're okay on the outer loops of the circle so far. No major delays on the interstate as well. Of course, I-75 north, we're down to 55, approaching the Clays Ferry Bridge. We'll have to get used to that for a while, so be careful. And police are running radar in that area of the interstate. There's a live look at Georgetown and Citation. We're okay through there. We're starting to pick up for rush hour, so we'll keep an eye on that and many of our other major intersections around town. Coming in from Nicholasville at about 16 15 minutes. Looks like Versailles averaging about 12 to 13 past the airport. Now back to you.
All right, and obviously some manageable fog out there in some areas this morning as well, so keep that in mind. We have more news coming up for you on this Friday morning on WKYT.
We are the first responders.
We're going to sit down with Kentucky's new Dispatcher of the Year as she reflects on her nearly 20-year career.
And a Lexington bird is tested positive for West Nile virus. What does that mean? Find out how city leaders are responding.
Some cooler temperatures are in town this morning. We're running in the low to mid 50s. Some of you are trying to slip over into the 40s. We'll have that and a very nice weekend ahead. That's all coming up for you in just a few minutes.
No matter what your stature in life, you come in and your family. It's a great place. People come in and hang out. You know, we know your name. We recognize you.
We are tradition. We are freedom. We are Indian Motorcycle of Lexington.
A short while ago, an injured worker left me a message that said, "You probably won't call me back. I'm just a nobody." Those words stunned me, and I called him right back. Nobody's a nobody, and no one deserves a better firm than you. After my brother Tim's accident, I set out to build an injury firm my own family would hire. And today, as America's largest injury firm, there is no other firm I would hire. All law firms are not the same. There's only one you. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
It's a fact. We use our internet and TV more than ever, with most of us spending nearly 7 hours a day online. So it's no wonder thousands of families are switching to Spectrum, because most families have up to 8 connected devices, which means they need even more speed. Switch to Spectrum Internet and get the fastest starting speeds for the price. 200 megabits for just $44.99 a month, with a free modem and free security suite included. Call 833-546-4499. When it comes to TV, we're watching more than ever. In fact, 80% of us watch TV every day. Spectrum TV lets you catch all your favorite sports, news, and more live. Plus, download the free Spectrum TV app and watch on your devices. Switch to Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-546-4499. The fact is, Spectrum has the best services at the best price. Switch to Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. We'll even buy out your current contract. Call 833-546-4499.
Shop Carpet One's huge selection of in-stock waterproof flooring. Ready to update your home? Look no further than Carpet One. 15 patterns and colors to choose from, in stock and on sale. Come see us.
Do you find yourself in a financial situation that feels overwhelming? At Atkinson Simpson Kermode, we know you can rise above your debt. Contact us today for a free bankruptcy consultation.
O'Donnell Family Dentistry has expanded our office for you. We're excited to announce the addition of Dr. Bill Galbraith. We've got more space for today's expanding dental needs. From cosmetic dentistry, implants, sleep apnea solutions, and sedation dentistry. Now accepting new patients with evening and Saturday appointments available.
Brighter, strong, and healthy. O'Donnell Family Dentistry.
For the past 15 years, I've been on an Indian. There's just a lot of pride with that logo. You know what it represents. It's American made. It's just another brother or sister on the road. You all automatically become friends because you're riding the same heritage.
WKYT really is everywhere. Find us on Instagram.
Welcome back. It's now 6:46 on your Friday morning. The Lexington Fayette County Health Department is going to be spraying for mosquitoes next week.
Here's why health leaders say they'll be out early Tuesday morning. They'll be covering the 40505 and 40511 area codes, the zip codes there. They say that a bird in that area tested positive for West Nile virus. The spraying is set to happen between 3 and 6 a.m.
As part of Recovery Month, we're hearing from a Kentucky family about their journey from addiction to survival. Vanessa Keaton was a 15-year-old honors student when she started experimenting with drugs and alcohol. Her parents say they didn't realize how severe the problem was until it was simply too late. The young woman moved away, distanced herself from the family, even spent time in jail before finally finding help.
God uses my story every day as hope for people who walk through the doors in any of the facilities around ARC.
She's a miracle. A true miracle.
God allowed her to live through all that mess
to bring her to where she is now so she can help other people.
Vanessa is now 10 years sober, such a huge accomplishment. You can watch this full story right now and others in our Addiction in the Bluegrass Community Conversation on WKYT.com.
An inspiring turnaround right there. Well, a Lexington woman is Kentucky's telecommunicator of the year. Last night, 2 national groups honored 911 dispatcher Heather Moncrief. For the last 18 years, she's been taking hundreds of calls each shift. She says she's prepared for anything when she walks through the door, whether it's a lost dog or a deadly crash.
A lot of times I think that people in the community look at us like secretaries, but without us, your baby may not be breathing. Without us, we don't know where our police officers are.
By the way, you'll be glad to know Moncrief has no plans to retire anytime soon.
A new statue is honoring some historical Churchill Downs figures. John Asher will be shown sitting on a horseshoe bench talking to Colonel Matt Wynn. Asher served as vice president of Racing Communications until 2018, when he died at the age of 62. Wynn was Churchill Downs general manager, then president, until he passed away in 1949. He oversaw the early growth of the Kentucky Derby. The statue will be unveiled next Thursday.
All right, a fusion of great legends right there. All right, this is new this morning. The Library of Congress is now honoring our favorite country legend around here.
Dolly Parton has won $150,000 for her Imagination Library. The program delivers nearly 2 million books to young children every month. The Dollywood Foundation says Dolly is proud of how far the library has come, how much it's grown, and she treasures being called the book lady more than just about anything else.
Despite dozens of #1 hits and movies and all
well,
of that,
I think they've done the research, and she would be a billionaire if she didn't give so much money away.
Well, there's no doubt about it.
Because she's written songs for herself and everyone else, so
well,
she's done well.
The Whitney Houston version of I Will Always Love You, she said
probably right there.
She said she pulled off and cried when she heard that come out. So she knew, she knew it was life-changing.
It was good.
And but now the kids get the books, and that is great. 6:49, our time right now.
Let's check back in with meteorologist Jim Caldwell. Speaking of something else good, that forecast.
Oh, me or the forecast?
Yeah, your face.
Yeah, that's what you were talking about.
That's it.
Sure it is. Well, in some cases out there, Andrea, you might not be able to see my face because there's a little fog. Out of the 9 cams that we have pulled up, only one of them has a good thick layer. That's in Moorhead right now. I mean, you look in Covington, Lexington, Somerset, we go all the way out into Pikeville, and things are looking good at the campsites. Now, there are areas of fog all around us right now, so visibility might be reduced for 50 feet on the road. I mean, not much at all, maybe a little longer than that. So just be prepared for some little patchy areas, unless you're in Moorhead, where it's a little thicker blanket showing up there. Monticello, 48 degrees right now, so they are the coolest temperature we have anywhere across central or eastern Kentucky. You've got 54 back here in Lexington and a lot of low 50s to go along with it. We run the hour-by-hour forecast, as we often do for you here, to get you prepared for the day ahead, and in this case, days ahead. And it is easy to prepare for about 75 and sunshine, isn't it? Tomorrow, in the low, mid-50s again tomorrow morning, with plenty of sunshine by the afternoon and evening. Now, tomorrow, I think we make a better run toward 80 degrees. Got a little shift in the pattern that'll happen, and more of a southerly wind will drive up those numbers. By Sunday, we are 80 to 85 for your range. So we take the next step. We go on up the thermometer out there across parts of central, eastern Kentucky, and we're not cooling off quite as quickly. At 11 o'clock on Sunday night, still holding on to the 70s. So what's happening, warmer temperatures in general just taking over this weekend and for early next week. That core of the warmest air is starting to spill over into the Commonwealth of Kentucky. So we are on the warmer side here. That area of high pressure sitting off the East Coast. That's what I was talking about, the change in the pattern. The high sitting basically off to our west right now. But as it shifts, we get in the temperature climb because we get that southerly wind. It's a return to and just above normal for those daytime highs as this begins to take over. Let me show you in our 7-day forecast. Those highs get into the mid-80s, which takes us above normal. The temperature right now, we're at that trend in part of the year where average highs are going down rather than coming up. And so they are, but our forecast is going up our forecast is going up with those daytime highs here. Very good-looking stuff here, though. Even when it rains a little bit out there, it's not that bad, for next week.
There you go. Jim, you want to do a little shameless plug for us this morning?
Well, of course,
one of our new shows?
Yes, of course. Andrea and I want you and Bill to join us for our new show, Everyday Kentucky.
Bill says he still hasn't watched.
I was in the studio. I was watching yesterday.
He's been busy.
There was a lot going on.
Tell us about it.
I was writing up some news stories for the noon show, and I heard all.
All right. So even though this is not just a newscast here, so that's why, not Bill's thing. I'm just kidding. It's just an hour of fun and silliness and Kentucky proud stories. So on today's show, we're going to be speaking with a team at Kentucky Branded. They're going to help us get ready for fall football and tailgating season. The weather's perfect for that. And also, of course, a preview of Lexington Comic-Con. Everyday Kentucky airs weekday mornings at 9. Jim and I have been getting ourselves into a lot of trouble here recently, but we're still on the air. Don't forget to tune in or DVR.
I've heard things. I've heard things about us.
Rumblings.
Getting in trouble.
Are we going down already?
We say a lot.
It's fun while it lasted.
I'm hearing good things about the show. Good buzz out there.
Well, good.
And then we have the news at 10 a.m.
That's right. Immediately following it.
6:53 is our time on WKYT this morning, and we're coming back with our top stories.
For your next home or business project, Perspectives has the best options. Paint, wallpaper, blinds, shutters, custom-made drapery, and even upholstery. From do-it-yourself to commercial-sized projects, Perspectives has the products and advice to show off your style and exceed your expectations.
When you're injured, the insurance company hopes you'll hire the wrong law firm. You're smarter than that. You deserve better. There's only one Morgan & Morgan for the people.
DQ Biscuits and Gravy. Now this is the stuff that biscuits and gravy dreams are made of. The kind of dream where home-style biscuits are served fluffy and warm. And the scent of simmering gravy made with Purnell sausage is so aromatic you can taste it. And then the dream ends with you taking a bite just to realize you're not really dreaming. You're at DQ, in your pajamas, eating the best biscuits and gravy of your life. DQ. Happy tastes good.
I was in addiction for 2 years.
I was in addiction for 22
I was in
years.
active addiction for 22 years.
I felt hopeless.
I felt hopeless. But then my storied arc began.
There's a recovery movement sweeping across all of Kentucky. We are paving the way for opportunity, hope, and destiny. Let our residential, outpatient, and telehealth teams introduce you or your loved one to a life of recovery. Contact Addiction Recovery Care for the help you need now.
The staff and management of PRATS just announced the huge Labor Day offers are extended. Through Tuesday, you won't pay retail or even our low sale prices. You will save up to an extra 20% off our low furniture and mattress prices. And finance for up to 5 years interest-free. 65-inch 4K smart TV, just $399. Frigidaire top mount fridge, PRATS price $579. In stock, Ashley reclining sectional, only $14.99. Through Tuesday.
Nobody beats PRATS.
I don't want an ordinary funeral. I want my life to be celebrated. I've had such a full and blessed life, and I want everyone to know it. That's how I want to be remembered. When people leave my end-of-life celebration, I want them feeling uplifted.
Contact Clark Legacy Center to plan your end-of-life celebration.
At Long John Silver's, our legendary lobster bites are back with a delicious vengeance. Prepared with herby, buttery goodness and fried to golden perfection, they're the perfect delicacy for any occasion. Order online at longjohnsilvers.com. Fish yeah!
For your next home or business project, Perspectives has the best options. Paint, wallpaper, blinds, shutters, custom-made drapery, and even upholstery. From do-it-yourself to commercial-sized projects, Perspectives has the products and advice to show off your style and exceed your expectations.
Closed captioning on WKYT is sponsored by Cumberland Valley National Bank.
Welcome back. It's 6:56, and before we go this morning, we want to look at our top stories.
Kentucky's special legislative session has ended overnight. Lawmakers overrode 2 vetoes from the governor, ending the state school board's mask mandate.
Tomorrow, Lexington city leaders will commemorate the 20th anniversary of 9/11. Bells will toll at 9 o'clock. Bells will toll throughout the morning, and then at 9 o'clock, firefighters will hold a wreath-laying ceremony at Phoenix Park.
Check on traffic now with Officer Don.
We're collision-free so far and looking good on the interstate.
Very pleasant out there for you on this Friday and a great weekend ahead.
All right, nobody's more up to date than you. Thanks for joining us.
Take the news with you on the WKYT News app, on your streaming device, and on your radio at 100.1 WKQQ.